Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Oh yeah. Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. All right. And we're off to the races. See what's going on the 15-minute. We got about 2 minutes before market open. Let me delete these lines real quick. Actually, no, I'm gonna use it. All right. So this is actually the pre-market lows down here. I kind of like this. I kind of like this low. We got this low sitting right there, which is that 23,500 level. This is the pre-market low. Yep. And then we got pre-market highs. What is that? 23,580 level. We got pre-market highs up here, which pretty much equal highs. So I think it's, as price opens up, I think it's going to want to push to those highs. And let me mark out one last level. We got a level also yesterday's. Yesterday, I love this level too. So really the only levels for see what happens. So those are the levels for now. And then we got that level right there from yesterday. And now it's pre-market low and high. It's been kind of ranging all pre-market, but yeah, we got equal highs up there to sweep, which is also pre-market highs. A lot of equal highs. There's what, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I think it's gonna want to push up to those equal highs as market opens. We'll see what happens at those equal highs. See what prices, how price is gonna react at those equal highs. I mean, right now, all pre-market, we've been just ranging sideways. So, kind of see what, oh, I forgot to check news. Let me check real quick. News. Oh, that's why. Crap. No news today, so no major news. Hopefully this doesn't go sideways. Because there's absolutely no news today, so. News is crucial. Yeah. News, it is pretty important. I mean, price tends to not move as good when there's no news. So, I'm hoping it doesn't. I mean, considering pre-market, there's a good chance that price is just gonna range today. I mean, look at pre-market, ever since market opened, yeah, 6 o'clock. So ever since market opened right there at 6 o'clock, look at that. It's just been sideways in this range from the from the 23,500s to the 23,582. So less than 100-point range, all pre-market. We'll see. I mean, we could get a setup. I mean, I'm fine with ranges, except as long as we sweep. I remember last time when we were in a range, it would do this. It would come up to a level and almost take it out, and then just dump right back down. So right now it's just filling that gap. So hopefully it finds the momentum too. It's that view up here too. I'm not opposed. Also, I'm not opposed to this low. Like, I kind of like that level. We got a pivot point right there, and we got that major level down there at the 500s, and we have equal highs up there. So it hasn't taken out those equal highs. So I wouldn't be opposed to it coming down here, coming into the pivot, taking out that major level on the 15-minute. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my copy trader. And taking out all these, you got these pre-market lows, which also you have paired with, there's a gap right there. So it could take out pre-market lows, fill that gap to continue potentially moving back up to equal highs. I forgot, let me quickly do my copy trader. I completely forgot about my copy trader. I don't know if I should trade my funded accounts. Debating it. If it takes out those equal highs, I mean equal pre-market lows. All right. We'll see. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. It's gonna be hopefully a good Friday. Hopefully we don't get. Hopefully this price action gets better than this so far. Why is the market slow? Because there's no news today. Anytime you got no news, it's going to be like this. Not anytime, but a lot of times when there's no news, the market kind of goes. And you kind of can see based on pre-market price action. It's been ranging in this range all pre-market long, so we'll see. Yo. Good morning. All right, come on. It wants those, I think it wants those equal highs, so regardless of how it gets there. But the question is, will it take out those equal highs and dump? Or will it continue ripping to the upside? I personally think it'll reverse at those equal highs just because of the range it's been. All right, we're starting to get some legs. Some momentum. Starting to get some momentum. Let's see what happens. Bruh. It's still... so close, yet not close enough. So close. Let's go. This is what it was doing, like, what, earlier on in the week? The same crap happened earlier in the week when we had no news. It would come up to a level, almost take it out, and then dump. And it would just be stuck in that range without taking out. And then finally, eventually, it took it out, but it was like... we do have a gap. We do have a small gap here, but, I mean... we have view op here too, so you gotta be careful. I mean, obviously shorting into view op is not really the best idea. We got view op like right at the it's pretty much on top of that 200. We got the view op. So if I was to get in a short, for example, I'd want to take profit pretty much right at view op so that I know price can reverse right there. So the risk to reward has to make sense. All right, there's pre-market highs. It just took it out. Freaking A, man. Maybe I'll take small size if it does. I mean, because it's a risky trade. Let's see. I mean, maybe I'll take it on very light size. This is Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader. See what it does here. Are they going to want to dump it back down or continue moving up? So far, not getting the reaction you kind of want. Alright, so far it's making newer highs. We have another level. Did I mark it out? Where is it? Oh, it's way up there. Alright, it's pushing. We'll see. Maybe this is fine. Maybe it gives another... see how high it wants to go before... maybe it forms another gap. Alright, at this point, this gap's invalidated. I'm going to move this to the side real quick. But we'll see what happens here. Is this going to be another gap and potentially for a closure below to go back for those lows? Because this on the 15-minute chart, it's still valid, right? We'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. We got 3 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. So depending on how this 15-minute candle closes is going to tell you a lot. If this candle closes heavy to the upside, right? We're not sweeping it. So we got 3 minutes to see. This 1 minute candle closes in about 10 seconds. 8, 7. All right. 1 minute candle's about to close, so we got a pretty big gap right there. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes until this candle closes. Again, if you go on the 15-minute chart, right, and you see that 15-minute candle, if we get a heavy sell-off from here before this candle closes, right, there's going to be a wick which is a good sign. But if this candle closes heavy to the top side, it's going to pretty much invalidate the sweep. That it's not sweeping. It's gonna. All right, let's see. Not looking good for a sweep. Ten seconds. All right, we're still pushing. So this isn't a sweep, right? Now this level gets invalidated. Right? Now we just got that 15-minute candle. If you look on the 15-minute chart, right? That new 15-minute candle just opened up. So if I take this away, right? You see that this wasn't a sweep. It closed heavy above that level. So, right, now it confirmed it's not going to sweep it. So now the next area of interest is this 670 level, to see what it's going to do at that 670 level. We got a pivot point there too. So if it takes out that level and then starts to kind of reverse there, give us a setup, another area of interest. Other than that, I mean, there's no other levels up there. That's like, you know, the last level up there. So we'll see what happens. Where do you trade? I use Ninja Trader, but I trade through prop firms, through Apex Trader Funding. So let me see something real quick. Yeah, oh crap. You know what? That's all-time highs up there. Son of a gun. Oh my gosh. Wow. I do not like shorting all-time highs. This level right there is all-time highs, so looks like we're going for those all-time highs. The general rule is typically don't short all-time highs, but we'll see. We'll see. You think we're gonna hit the high? I mean, we're freaking close. I think so. At this point, pretty freaking close. We're literally what? 10, 20, 30, 40. Wait. 10, 20, 30, 40. We're 40 points away from all-time highs, so I think we're gonna hit it. But the question is, right, are we gonna tap it in reverse, or are we gonna keep pushing through all-time highs? Typically, right, you don't want to short all-time highs. Typically, I mean, if I do get a setup, just because it's Friday. I mean, if I do take a trade, it'll be on light size because it's all-time highs. Maybe for like a quick scalp off it. 704 gap. Oh, a 4 hour? Let me see real quick. I don't have the 4-hour on there, but I have it on this chart. I don't see it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, there's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap there. I mean, we could reverse off it, but I personally think it's gonna go for those all-time highs. Man. Are you looking for longs or shorts? I'm looking to see what price does at that for like potentially a reversal trade off these highs, but again, it's if I do take a trade, it's going to be on very light size because typically you're not supposed to short all-time highs. So just maybe if I do, it's going to be a very quick scalp because pretty dangerous shorting all-time highs. See what happens, man. I mean, hey, at least price is moving. At least we're not going sideways. That's good, considering there's no news. But you know, being patient, waiting for that setup. If we get it, we get it. You know. See, price is just retracing just to fill in an imbalance. Like I said, right? Price typically moves to take out highs and lows and to fill imbalances, right? We started pushing up here, and what happened? Price retraced, tried to tapped into this imbalance, and now potentially starting to move up, or move down. I don't know. But it filled that imbalance. And it's kind of, you know, filled that imbalance, bouncing off a support level to continue. As maybe we get, you know, more buyers start to step in. See, not enough buyers are stepping in, so prices, holy. Watch this dump all the way down to the freaking bottom. That'd be hilarious. Watch it. I would be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that. I would prefer that, actually. I would rather price dump all the way down than it continue to all-time highs. Man, my PC restarted. I know how that is. My thing crashed the other day. I don't know why. I've never had that happen, but freaking it just shut off. The brokerage. You know what sucks is when your PC does like a software update. If you don't have it set to where, you know, if you have it set to where it's automatically updates and you're sitting there and your PC will start to update. That's the worst, because then you have to wait through the update, and if you're stuck in a trade waiting through the update, man, it's just stuck here. Alright, there we go. Let's go. Move it. Nobody got time for this sideways action. Move it. You're always the first live trader to pop on my For You. Let's go! Maybe it's because I'm consistent. Yeah, I'm on here every day at 9:30, consistently. Or it's a sign. Holy, come on, price. Let's go. Is he trying to do a bull flag here? Almost seems like it. We're almost getting that kind of like consolidation, like start forming some kind of a bull flag to could potentially. For me, price is stalling at a major level. Yeah, I mean, we have. Well, we have on the 4 hour, there's a gap there. What are we now? We broke out of this range. So what are we just gonna tap into this range now and start bouncing around in this range? Hopefully not. There it goes. There he goes. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Let's get this party started here. All right. And there's going to be some form of, you know, some form of selling pressure here. The thing about it is how, you know, are we going to keep pushing through it? We've gotten pretty far away from view op, right? View op is down here, right where that 200 is. So view op is sitting right down here. Which is, you know, pretty good for a potential reversal. See, it's starting to kind of slow down, so. Oh my gosh. And it's 10 o'clock too. What time frame are you trading on? The 15 minute and the 1 minute. I mark out my levels on the 15 minute, these blue lines, and then I drop to a 1 minute to see what happens at those levels. Those are my main two time frames I focus on, 15 minute and 1 minute. Yeah, definitely the consistency. Keep it up, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's fun. I enjoy it. And honestly, it makes me live streaming, what I've noticed, and this is kind of weird because I think it's the opposite for a lot of other traders that live stream, is like, to be honest with you, live streaming has made me more patient for some reason. I have no idea why. I would have thought it's the opposite from other live streamers. Typically, it's the opposite, right, for other people, because they always want to be in a trade because you just get more views when you're in a trade. But, like, for some reason, live streaming has made me more patient. I'm more patient for the better setups for, like, the... What? We'll see how long this continues. it just, you know, it feels good to be patient and then finally get your setup, take your setup. And like yesterday, pretty much right off market open, we got like, I got like 2 setups right off market open. Pretty much back-to-back setups. This morning, still waiting for a setup. It blew through my first level, right? The first level I had marked out. Just didn't swipe it. Continued pushing up. So now the next level is to see what happens at this level. Which, like I said, it's all-time highs, so we'll see. Typically, you're not supposed to short all-time highs. And if I do, I'll just take it on very light size. But the way it's moving right now, it's having a very hard time getting up there. I think we're stuck in that gap. There's a 4-hour gap there. There's a 4-hour gap in this area. I gotta figure out my time frames on Ninja Trader. They only go to 60 minutes. It doesn't let me do 4-hour. I have it on my other chart, but I believe it's gonna target yesterday's highs. Yeah, I think you're right. Yesterday's highs are also all-time highs, and we're so close to all-time highs that typically price likes, when we're this close to all-time highs, I mean, typically price likes to tap into it. I have been in a long since 604. Ah, so you got in at, oh, my bad. You got in, right there. Okay. Tapped into that gap and then I see why you took the trade. Oh, oh, brutal. What up? Let's go. This happened on Monday. Price shut up and stalled for hours. Was it Monday? I remember the same thing happened. Yeah. Was it Monday? It may have been Monday. Yeah. Similar price action. What you trading? NQ futures. Nasdaq. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Oh. It popped up and then freaking right back down. No, there's no news. There's no major news today. Yeah, so news. This could. I mean, this sideways thing happens a lot when there's no news. There's just a gap. There's a pretty big gap here on the 4-hour chart, and it's stalling at that gap. Yeah, typically when you get the stall before news events, typically it's red folder. Like before like a red folder news event, a lot of times you'll get his price starts to go sideways until news comes out, then it just goes, then it like really propels after news comes out. Dun, 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 dun. Man, they pushed it up and just dropped it right away. I thought they were gonna keep pushing it. NQ futures. NASDAQ. I mean, we're still we're making higher highs, but it's super slow. Like, we're breaking at a high, making higher lows. We're making higher lows, higher low right here, holding it up, breaking the high, barely breaking the high, but slowly moving its way toward that pre-market, I mean all-time high level. I mean, we're pretty much a straight shot. I mean, we're don't really have much stopping it from getting there. Holy, I hate this sideways crap. I'd rather it move erratically to one, like, but at least move, not this like very tiny. What time is it? 10:05. Let's see what when that 10:50 sorry, 15-minute candle just closed, right? Yeah, so 15-minute candle closed pretty heavy up to the upside, so depending on how this one closes. It's like every time we break a high, they just dump it down. See if we can really accelerate to the upside. All right, starting to do something. There it is. Whoa, there's the acceleration. Somebody just stepped on the gas pedal. Dang. I have my TP at all time. It's a good TP for sure. You're almost there. You're like less than 10 points away. Yeah, no news Friday. To lock in and push it up. I appreciate it. I don't like the sideways. At least someone's doing it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Keep it pushing. Maybe we get a gap here to form. Or not. Oh gosh. Bro, that ain't no gap. What is this? What is this? Come on. Are you kidding me? Why does it do this? It didn't take out the highs. Oh, you trailed your stop? That's a good trail, to be honest with you, considering how price is moving. I mean, It could still take out the highs, but you wanna. Last thing you want it to do is like make a equal high and then freaking reverse right off it. That'd be the worst. Especially if you're up a lot. Gotta protect your profits because you never know what it's gonna do. I mean, the way it's been moving. SMT on ES. Did ES already take out highs? I don't have the ES chart pulled. I don't really look at the SMT, but I wait for all-time highs to get taken out. For a level to get taken out. If a level doesn't get taken out on NQ, I don't take the trade. I actually respected this gap pretty well. Surprisingly, like these tiny gaps, I don't like to take trades off of those tiny gaps because they don't really hold. But I mean, this gap held. This gap held pretty well. See what happens. I mean, dude, it's having so much freaking trouble. Why is it having so much trouble? Oh, you made back a lot. That's good. Down 370. Now I'm up 440. Hey, green is green. That's good. It's not bad. All right. We took out the highs. We just took out all-time highs. Gonna push to 700. I mean, it's got this pivot to get through. It's gonna have a hard time pushing through. If it does push there, I think it's gonna be a while. The way this price is moving, we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, I don't know, man. If I take this short, it'll be small size because it's all-time highs, but be kind of interesting to see what happens there. If we start getting heavy selling pressure like we're starting to get it, but we'll see. This got heavy selling pressure, still didn't close below. Need more confirmation? Yeah. It's a dangerous area, right? All-time highs, it's dangerous because it typically keeps pushing through all-time highs when it forms it. So we don't get the leg down, but who knows? I mean, we'll see what this candle does. Is this candle gonna push all the way back up, or is it gonna start stalling? This is the last level. I mean, it's do or die. We tapped into that pivot, so rejected off that pivot and took out all-time highs. So we got 10 seconds left. I'll potentially go. I will potentially go in. All right, I'll try this, but again, it's kind of a dangerous trade because it's all-time highs. So be careful if. All right. For the funds, it's Friday. Let's get it. So TP would be my TP down here at this level. And stop obviously above the highs. What do y'all think? Are we Are we going to get the momentum to potentially take out a low before we continue moving higher? So far, it hasn't taken out a low all morning long. So it's just been on the uptrend. I feel like we're due. We're due. Come on. You don't need to go back up. I know it's all-time highs. I know it's a Friday. But chill out, dude. Chill out. Chill out, people. I took it on smaller size because we're at all-time highs. Technically, I should not be taking this trade, but hey, it's Friday. It's Friday. We can go in on little size. I think we can. Really needs to break 630 for sell to be valid. 630? For a longer trend sell, yeah. But for a short term scalp sell, I think this is good. Let's go! What? Man, the timing is impeccable. Impeccable. The trading is impeccable. Maybe I spoke too soon. Come on, take out that low. You know you want to. You know you want to. It's Friday. Give it to me. It's Friday. Push it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. See, me and Nasdaq have this amazing relationship. You know, we got a good thing going here. As long as it doesn't screw me over. We got this nice relationship. Right? We took out a major level. Sellers stepped in. Hey, I don't want to be early to the party. I want to come right in the middle, right? When everybody's there, when everybody's already there, I just want to come in the middle and potentially leave a little bit early, you know? I don't want to be the last one to leave the party. So we'll see. I don't need the whole move. TP? TP? What? Let's go! Oh, don't you freaking reverse it here. We got room. We got room. Oh, that 15-minute candle. Holy. Looking good. That 15-minute candle is looking good. Looking real good. I'll show you after this trade is over how that 15-minute candle looks. Looking very good on the 15-minute chart. Sellers are stepping in. Sellers are taking over. It's the sellers' time to shine. It's the bears' time to shine. The bulls have had enough. They've had enough. Let's go. Leave some room for the bears. Leave some meat on the bone. Come on, take out that level. Yeah. Come on. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. This little push up. Back to break even. I ain't scared. Price moves like a wave. Goes up, it goes down. It almost hit my TP. It's alright. It's just, it's going up a little bit to fill an imbalance. To fill an imbalance, sellers are going to step in again and push it back down. Let's go. This is alright. This is alright. No big deal. I know it's a pretty big green candle, but hey, the way price moves, it's fine. Come on, at least take out that low. Like, I know it's all-time highs, but are we seriously gonna start pushing through? Holy, bruh. This is why you don't short all-time highs. Come on, I just wanted a scalp. I wanted a freaking scalp. That's it. Way overbought. Yeah, it's just all-time highs. That's the only freaking issue. It's overbought, but this always happens at all-time highs. This is NQ futures. We need sellers to start stepping in aggressively again. Come on. Come on, people. It's not looking good. The fact that we closed back above the gap, not looking good. I don't like that. I do not like that. It's just one of those days. Pushing higher. Starting to look like that. Starting to look like that. I technically should be hopping out of this trade. The fact that it closed back above the gap is not a good sign. At all. That 15-minute chart. That 15-minute candle, though. Look at that 15-minute candle. Look at it. Look at the wick on that 15-minute candle. Let's go, sellers. Step in. Let's go! That's what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. The anxiety. The anxiety that NASDAQ causes me. This is exhibit A of why you don't short all-time highs. Exhibit A of why you do not short all-time highs. Good thing I took it on small size, because I knew this could happen. Dude, it was so close to filling me. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was less than 10 points away from filling me. Ugh. This is such BS. It's gonna really take out my stop. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? No more. I'm done with shorting all-time highs. No more. No freaking way. I don't know why I shorted all-time highs. Yeah, I could. I could just... technically, I should get out of the trade now because it closed above the gap. I'll hold. It's fine. It's Friday. I'm in small size, so I'll hold. I still have a chance. We still have a chance that... I like the 15-minute candle. That 15-minute candle looks so good. I really like it. The way price has been moving, right? We haven't been getting too strong of pushes, meaning like the momentum hasn't really been there. It's been really slow. Like, why not take out that low before you move higher? You idiots. NASDAQ. We're on bad terms. Listen. If you want to do this to our relationship. This is not looking good for our relationship. Not looking good at all. Is ES breaking it already? Maybe SMT will form. So there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. Ugh. What time is it? 10:30 almost. Let's go. If we get that reversal at 10:30, I would be happy. A lot of times we get a reversal at 10:30. It's almost 10:30. With, I just hope it doesn't take me out in reverse. Come on, give me the reversal! Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it. Push it down. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. It wants the highs again. Rule number 1, don't short all-time highs. Don't do it. Why did I short it? No more. No more shorting all-time highs, ever. I'm done with it. It burns me too many times. I said it before that I shouldn't do it, and I still did it. This is what happens when you don't follow your freaking plan. You get wrecked. No, I'm not getting wrecked. It's a small size. Come on, sellers. What's wrong with you? Trump, say something negative. Trump, say something negative, please. Tweet something negative. Trump, please help me. I need Trump to tweet something negative. That'd be so funny if we actually got a tweet from Trump. You want a funded account? I have 10 funded accounts, but this trade is on an evaluate. I would not take this trade on a funded account. All-time high trade. I would not take it on a funded. I'm more disciplined on my funded. This is evaluation. I sized down also because this is all-time highs. I knew this was a risky trade for all-time highs. Typically the rule, right? You don't short all-time highs. But it was a Friday. I was willing to take the trade just for fun. On small size. It's my, but these, so yeah, I had 10, I have 10 funded accounts, but this trade I took on, I have 4 evaluation accounts on passing. So I took the trade on those. This is fake. Well, this is a, technically it's fake because this is a prop firm. These are evaluation accounts. So yeah, this is a simulated account. This is not a live account, but it's with a prop firm. That's why. Holy. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. At this point, just put my misery out. Get me out of this misery. We're gonna push for it. I should have got out once it closed above that gap. That was my invalidation that the trade was not good. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. Not looking good, you freaking idiot, NASDAQ. You idiot. Oh no! The pain! There it is. Took me out of my misery. Rule number 1, don't short all-time highs. I used it as an example. Emotional trading? Nah, I don't care. Trading's always emotional. Anytime you have money on the line, it's always emotional. I don't care what people say. I don't care what these gurus say. Hey, trading shouldn't be emotional. It shouldn't be emotional. Everything is emotional. I buy and sell cars. I have a business for a living. You don't think I get emotional when I freaking lose money on a car? Of course it's emotional because you have money tied into it. Anytime you have money tied into it, it's going to get emotional. Nobody's a robot unless you're a robot and you don't get emotional. As long as you don't let your emotions control your trading, that's the thing. That's where it hurts. When your emotions start to dictate your trading, that's when it gets really bad, right? So if I was to get emotional and just take a long right now, oh, I got stopped out. Let me take a long now. and I was to get into a long position and then it gets stopped out on the downside, that's when it gets really bad. There's nothing wrong with being emotional as long as it doesn't control your trading. Watch it come back down. Probably will. No, I mean, I think it'll keep pushing up. It's all-time highs. Typically, all-time highs, it does this at all-time highs. It'll take it out and then move right back up and then continue moving up, come back down, move up, back up, and just continue making like these higher highs. I should have stayed out of that trade, but I wanted to take a trade. It's Friday. Dude, it was so freaking close. Are you kidding me, dude? Look how close it was to filling my target. Bruh, like, I was so close. Now full port max cons on eval. Heck no. Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm up on my accounts. Even though I took this small loss, I'm still up. I'm up, still 1,500 on one account. And then 700 on the other account. But it's alright. I'll pass these evals. It's fine. I'll pass them. I've passed evals before. I've actually, fun fact, right? Fun fact. I've never blown a funded account. I don't think many traders can say that. I've never blown a funded account. So, how much do you need? I need to get to 3,000 to pass my evaluation. Plan is to do it by the end of the month. Hoping to pass the evaluation by the end of the month. I mean, I technically could have passed it if I was, you know, if I went really heavy on like 2 trades. But I would rather not. I don't, you know. I'd rather give myself some room to like actually, you know, take my time, pass the evaluations. I mean, what's the rush? I have a whole month to do it. My best eval run was same day pass 1,500 and then market open at 6 p.m. made another 1,500. Yeah, I mean, if you can pass them in a day, but the thing about it is, it gets especially like if you're doing like 1 or 2, right? You can kind of pass them in one day. If you blow them, you blow them. Like imagine doing imagine trying to pass 10. So the last evaluation accounts I did 10 accounts, right? So think about that. 10 evaluation accounts. Trading those, I paid what? Close to $500, I think, for those accounts. So if I buy 10 and I blow them in one day, I just blew $500 in one day. That's a lot of money. So, and I have 4, so you know, I paid $33 for each one. So if I blow, you know, 100-something bucks every single day, that's a lot of money. I'd rather take my time, be patient with them. I have a whole month to pass them, and I think we'll be good for the end of the month. I think I'll hit my target as long as I'm patient. Don't go heavy size on stupid trades. One thing I've been doing really good in my trading is something like this kind of a setup where I know it's a lower probability setup because we're at all-time highs, and I automatically size down, right? So that when I do get a good setup and I go in full size, I'll make back multiple losses, right? So, but one thing I could have done better on this trade, looking back at this trade, right? As soon as we closed, right? I bought in right here. As soon as we closed back above this gap, I should have got out. And I was saying pretty much, this is not looking good because this invalidated my trade. The fact that it closed back above the gap invalidated my trade. So I could have saved way more money if I would have just got out at the close of this candle right here. That's what I should have done, looking back now. But 10 accounts with Apex or spread across different firms. No, this is, I don't have other firms. I just have Apex. So this is 10 funded accounts with Apex. And with my funded accounts, I am way more pickier with my trades. Like, no. It's, you've been looking and they're all over 140. That's you never pay full price for any funded account. They always have sales going on. I'm gonna try to get a affiliate code for Apex. I'll probably email them on Monday, see if I can get one. But you can use someone else's. There's affiliate codes. I think you could use You can use TBM. I know Trades by Matt has an affiliate code. You can use his affiliate code for now. And it'll get you, I think, let me see. I think they have an 80% off unless they changed it. They always have like an 80% off sale. So let me check right now. Right now, yeah, they have 80% off evals right now. So for a $50,000 account, it's like $33 for an evaluation per account. That's kind of why I like Apex. First of all, they're a pretty reputable firm. They've been around for a very long time. Second of all, you can have up to 20 accounts with Apex. And they're pretty cheap, so. And it's a good learning, I think. I mean, you're not investing a lot of money. Appreciate you. Yeah, you need one, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get one to and I'll have a link to if someone wants to use it. We tapped the gap. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was a risky trade. It is what it is. I just know, you know what? You know what it was, to be honest with you? Even though I knew this could happen at all-time highs and you don't short all-time highs, the other reason I took this trade is because I don't think I'm going to get another setup for the rest of the day. That's another reason, because I'd have no more levels up there. That was my last level, and I was like, if I don't take this trade, I knew if I don't take this trade, I'm not going to get another setup for the day, probably, because I'm going to hop off in like 30 minutes, you know, so. And my next level is all the way down here, which it's not, I don't think it's going to get there, so. I don't know, maybe I should have just not traded, but it's fine. I accept the loss. I don't mind it. Well, let me move this chart, because I cannot read. My Funded Futures always doing promos. Check their Discord. Yeah, My Funded Futures does a lot of... Pretty much every prop firm is pretty much... 90% of the time, they're running some kind of a promo. Something. Like, very rarely, I think, do any prop firms, like, not run any kind of promos. Top Step rolled out their new dashboard doing 25% on all accounts. Top Step, yeah. Top Step, I mean, they're a reputable company, too. The only thing with Top Step is I've been hearing a lot of iffy stuff about their dashboard. That's the only thing. People don't really... I can't say anything because I haven't traded their dashboard, but some people have been having issues with their dashboard. So... Because it's a new thing. Anytime... Right, any prop firm does a new dashboard or something, and Top Step's kind of the only one to do that, but anytime something like that rolls around, you kind of know there's going to be, they're called birth pains, right? There's going to be issues with it. It's not going to run smoothly, but I don't know. I don't know how it's running now. I don't know, but I know people have been having issues in the past. Maybe it's changed. Maybe they fixed it. But they're a reputable firm for sure. Does it make you do futures, or can you do regular stocks? No, with these prop firms, it's only futures. You can only trade futures. Now, there's different types of futures, all right? There's crude oil, there's gold, there's all sorts of... yeah, their dashboard gives bad fills and freezes. Yeah, that sucks. See, that would piss me off. If I was in a trade and my dashboard froze, that would piss me off. Top Step kind of glitchy. I have expressed with them, and last Monday it was brutal. Yeah, it's a given, right? It's a given. Anytime something like this something like a dashboard or any type of feature rolls around, it's gonna have problems because they're gonna go through birth pains. They're gonna try to figure out, like, you know, it's the beginning stages of something they're doing. It's gonna, I don't know why they did it, honestly. I mean, like, for example, me, right? I use Apex, and then I use that it's a third-party service for your orders, like your order flow service. It's called, it's Rhythmic. So, I mean, I never really have issues. I mean, very rarely, very, very rarely, I've had issues. So, but 90% of the time, I mean, it works good. I don't have issues with my fills, with my copy trader. Well, copy trader is a different program, but I just always go with the most reputable, the one who's been around the longest, just to be safe. I mean, trading's hard enough, right? Trading's already hard enough, and to get bad fills and for your chart to freeze and stuff like that, like, it's just unnecessary. And they removed Tradeovate. That was my favorite platform. I don't know. They're trying to get, I guess they're trying to get people to only use their stuff, which, I don't know, man. It's, for me, I mean, I think the best one is Rhythmic. Like, using Rhythmic with prop firms. That's what I use, and I rarely have issues. I think even Tradeovate has more issues than Rhythmic. Because I hear multiple times where Tradeovate's having issues and Rhythmic's working good. Very rarely do you hear, like, Rhythmic having issues. But yeah, I think that hurt them bad. That pissed people off. People did not like that. The fact that Top Step made their own platform and that now you can't use Tradeovate or any of that, like, it pissed a lot of people off by doing that. I wonder if they lost customers because of that. Like, for me, right? For me, that's a big, like, negative for me. Like, that's one reason why I wouldn't use, Top Step. Because I already have Rhythmic, I have Ninja Trader, like, I'm already used to what I use, right? I don't want to have to switch to something else that could be worse. Like, that's probably is going to be worse. Why would I switch to something else that could be, that's potentially going to be worse if what I'm using now works good? So it's like, it's something that would deter me. If I wanted to use Top Step, it would deter me from using them. My funded futures just up their 3 max accounts to 5. That's pretty good. But yeah, Apex has the most. No prop firm has more. Apex has, what? You can have up to 20 accounts with Apex. I don't think any other prop firm has that. Here, give me a second, I'll be back. But yeah, what's it called? I think what's it is it, shoot, I forgot to, is it my funded futures or I think it's Take Profit Trader. I think Take Profit Trader had would be an interesting prop firm because they had daily payouts. Like once you reach your profit target and you pass your buffer zone, they had daily payouts, which is pretty cool. If you can get to that level and then, right, you can make 200 bucks and then take a payout, make 200 bucks. Sorry. What I was saying is other prop firms, I think it's Take Profit Trader. They had an interesting thing where you can, if once you get to that level, right, the payout level and past the buffer zone, you can actually get to you can get to daily payouts. So like you get to that level, you can make 200 bucks, take a payout. If you make 200 bucks the next day, you take a payout. And so every day you can take payouts as long as you're in that, which is pretty cool. Maybe it's something that eventually I would, want to maybe pass their prop firms. What is it? Tradeify has like straight to funded accounts, so you don't have to pass evaluations. If you already know what if you know what you're doing, it's not really hard to pass an evaluation. But unicorn, crap. Well, I'm not gonna get into this could be the early signs of a reversal. Yeah, this could be a sign to go short potentially. But I'm not gonna go short. It's not my strategy. So what's gonna really ruin my weekend is if I take a trade not according to my strategy and then I lose money. That's gonna be more mad than me taking a trade and losing money on my setup. Isn't this all-time highs? Did you know that? Yeah, I said it before the trade. That's why I went in light size. I said before the trade, this is probably not a good idea because you're not supposed to short all-time highs. Rule number 1, don't short all-time highs. And I'm not doing that anymore. Honestly, I'm done. No more shorting all-time highs. I went in light size, so it's fine, but I knew I shouldn't have been doing that. But the reason I did it is because I knew I wasn't going to get another setup all morning long. This was the only setup for the day. Which, looking back, it would have been better to be, not to take a trade, be break even on the day than to take a stupid setup and lose money. I almost got filled, though. I almost got filled. I was so close to getting filled for my TP. My TP was at, right here. My TP was at 618. Price got to 626. Unbelievable. It's not. Yeah, it is. This is all-time highs. These are all-time highs. Can't even look at the chart. If I look at I'll even look at the 180 day. No, let me look at the 4 hour. Wait, you're right. You're right. Why did I think it's all-time highs? No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. All-time highs are at 23,845. Wow, it's not all-time highs. Why does my chart say a high? What is it calculated by? Is it just because of the time frame? I guess. Oh, freaking A. That's confusing. I see what it's doing. Yeah, that confused me. So yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not all-time highs. It showed me all-time highs because when I was on a 15-minute chart, it was all-time highs on a 15-minute chart. That's why. But if you look at a 180-day 4-hour chart, all-time highs are still up there. My bad. That's my fault. Dang, so that was a legit loss. Never mind. That was a legit loss. It was a good trade, honestly. I think it was a good trade. The only thing I should have done, shoot, crap. I don't need a right angle. Yeah, the only thing I should have done. Only thing I should have done was when it didn't hit my TP and it came back up, and right here, this candle closed back above the gap. I should have got out for a really small loss. I would have got out for a very tiny loss, which would have been fine. And considering this price action, this is typically a bad sign. When you have one green candle that engulfs 3 candles like this, that like, right? You have one, it didn't engulf the 3 candles, but like, look at this one green candle compared to all 3 of those. It's a bad sign for a reversal. So when we closed back above here, I should have just got out for a very small loss. I would have got out for like less than $100 loss. But, man, I should have. I probably would have if I would have known this wasn't all-time highs. Ah, whatever. Like something like this, right? The reason I'm not mad at this, something like this I'll take any day. Like this was a good trade to me. Like, right? This is just the one time that this trade didn't work out. And I trusted you. Yeah, that was my fault. I didn't know that Thinkorswim did that. I had no idea until you. Good thing you pointed it out, because it's all-time highs on the time frame that I was on. But when you switch to a different time frame on a 4-hour, it's not all-time highs. I didn't know. I thought when it showed all-time highs, it was legit all-time highs. Good thing I know that for next time now too. That when it shows all-time highs on a 15-minute chart, it's not really all-time highs. Dang, I did not know that. I learned something new. Yeah, this is starting to look like a reversal. But not yet. Man. The short does look good, but it's not my strategy. So, it's looking good for a short if we could close below this gap. Should I go in with very small size? Oh god. Much love. These lives are helping me along my journey. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I can help. I'm glad I can help. See, this is, even though this looks good for a short, it's not my strategy because it's not a sweep. It's not a sweep. Look at the close. I mean, if I do, I don't know. See, this is revenge trading. This does look pretty good. But this could also bounce here. Will it want to go for these lows, though? Potentially. What's the risk on this? 20. Pretty much a 1-to-1. Should I do very small size again? Do very small size, maybe? Make back my loss? Maybe, for fun. Hey, it's Friday. I'm up on my evaluations. I got a month to pass these. Just for the entertainment. What the heck? Maybe I'll do it. We look like we could be reversing here. This looks pretty decent. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just think it could come down and sweep that level that I was originally... I just think that short looks really good for me. I don't know. It's not exactly my strategy, but... I'm in this. You're in this too? It's looking good. It's looking good for that low. I want that low to get taken out. Did the 5-minute close below too? We're closing below that major level. That's another thing for me. It's like we're closing below the major level, so I'm hoping it continues and doesn't go back up like it's doing now. We need to hold this as resistance, right? This comes back. It has to hold as resistance. This is gonna start looking bad. If we start closing back above this gap, I'll probably get out. I'll get out of this trade if we start closing above the gap, because it's gonna invalidate it, and I don't wanna take a full stop out. So if we do get close above that gap, I'm gonna be out. So far, we're looking good for that TP. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start being disciplined and start, once it gets above the gap, even although some trades, when I look back at my data, some trades do close above the gap and end up working. So I don't know. I think we're looking good for those lows, no? We're closing back below the major level. I love that. So we're back below the major level. We inverse that gap, right? We kind of swept that high in a way. We took out the high. So, right, theoretically, we want to go for this low to take out this low before going up. But at the same time, that's what I wanted to see here, and it didn't take out that low. It almost took it out. Are you daddy's grandson? What the heck? What the heck does that even mean? What the hell is even that? Let's go. Come on, dump it. Dump it. We wanna dump it, dump it. Let's get it, dump it, dump it. Dump it. We got the 200 right there too. So be careful, because there's a lot of support at that 200. You don't want to get caught in a bounce back up. So what I'm looking for is for it to take me out before it hits that 200 and then potentially starts. I mean, I'll make back my loss on this trade from my other trade, but how much are you risking? Pretty much the same amount as the last trade. How much am I risking? I'll tell you. So 3, it's gonna be 20. So for a full stop out, $300 for a full stop out. But if it closes above this gap, I'll get out early. So technically a lot less than 300 risking. But my TP, right, is gonna be, yeah. So almost likely not get a full stop out, but You think it's going short? Well, yeah. The reason I went short is because we took out that major level, right? We're closing below the major level. The fact that we're closing below and we're inversing this big gap right here on a 1 minute, we're inversing that gap. We're closing below this blue line, which is that major level I have marked out on a 15 minute. And my idea is technically it shouldn't go back up to those highs, right? I wanted to take out a low, right? Internal liquidity, an internal low before going back up. But that being said, it hasn't done it all morning long, right? It hasn't taken out any lows all morning long. It's been almost taking out a low and then going back up. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this trade. Hoping it finally goes to take out a low before going back up and doesn't make these higher highs. But, I don't know. That's why, if we close above the gap, I'm out. I'm out of the trade. Because at that point, it's not looking good for shorts if we close above the gap. This is NQ futures. Yeah, and this is kind of an, I guess you could call this an order block. Like I said, it has to hold this as resistance. This has to hold as resistance. Once we start closing back above and this doesn't hold, it's probably going for the highs again. It's going to go up because it already swept. When did it sweep liquidity? I mean, it swept this one, but that's not really a big... This is a big level right here that I would think it wants to sweep like a bigger level than this. This is a very tiny level. I want it to... I'm thinking it's going to go down to sweep at least this big level right here. And that's why I have my TP right there at that big level. Liquidity sweep. Come on. You're so freaking close to sweep that liquidity. There it is. There it is. Every time we go freaking down, the buyers step in. You stupid buyers. You freaking idiots. Bro, every time it... Unbelievable. Literally, every time we get a push down, they freaking step in like idiots. I hope you guys... I hope the buyers get wrecked. Oh gosh. Alright, we're back. We're back down. I did not like that candle. That was a freaking ugly looking candle. Come on, take the level out already. I hate this price action today. Price action sucks for my strategy. Take profit. It's Friday. No, I have my TP set. I want my TP to get hit. If I have a plan and a strategy, I want my plan to get, you know, executed. If I take green every time I see green, then I'm not going to make money because then I'm going to take bigger losses. Where's your stop loss? If we start closing above the gap, I'm getting out. I have my hard stop is the highs. But the reason I don't have a hard stop in right now is because if we close above this gap right here, I'm going to get out early. Because at that point, it invalidates my trade if we close above the gap. I'll take a very small loss, right? If we close above the gap, it invalidates it, and I'll take a very tiny loss. Which is the goal of my trading. I want my losses to be as small as possible. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's still valid. Still a valid short. Consolidating happening. Yikes, we're going from here. I hate this consolidation. I hate consolidations. But why aren't we taking... We're not taking... All morning long, we haven't taken out any lows. At all. No lows have got taken out. Which is wild, dude. That's freaking wild. That doesn't happen often. Maybe it's just one of those days. That's why I'm also like, dude, it's about time to take out a low. Like, what, is it just going to make higher highs the rest of the day? Like, bruh. Dump it. Consolidation isn't... It's freaking annoying because it's just... As soon as you get into a trade, it starts freaking consolidating. I like when it just goes straight to my TP. None of this BS consolidation. It might close. Maybe. If it closes above the gap, I'm out. It invalidates my trade. If it closes back above the gap. I'm saying that now. Because, right, in my eyes, if it closes above the gap, there's a higher probability it's going to go for those highs than for the lows. Right now, the lows are valid. Right? So right now, it's still valid to get to those lows. Once it closes back above, it invalidates my short. And I'll have a very small loss. It's going to be a super... If it closes, like, barely above it, if it closes, like, right there, I'll have a very small loss. Which is the goal of trading, right? You want your losses to be as small as possible. You want to be able to understand when the trade is invalidated as soon as possible. And be able to accept that you're wrong. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Take your small loss and move on. It's not looking good. Well, I have a hard stop above the highs. I don't have a stop in the actual like computer, but because once it closes above the gap, I'm getting out. My finger is on the trigger to get out if it closes above that gap. That's why I don't really have a hard stop up there, because I'll get out early. We got 15 seconds left. See how this closes. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Still good. We're still good. It's still valid. 4, 3, 2. We're still valid. Still valid. It hasn't closed above. So you're telling me there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. Watching price action. All right. Sellers, come on. This needs to hold as resistance, right? If this fails to hold as resistance, it's going to go back up. Dump it hard. Dump it hard. You freaking buyers. Stop buying. I like the structure on the 1 minute. I really do. It looks like it's starting to make lower highs, right? We took it out. This is the first sign of like a lower high. If we can get a lower high here, we're good. But so far, it's freaking stupid price action. Idiotic price action. Every time sellers step in, buyers immediately take over. It's just not a good sign. 30 seconds left. This closes above, I'm out. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out. Invalidation. That was a very small loss. I'm happy about that. Very tiny loss. Yeah, it wasn't my strategy either. Because it already swept it. Technically, right? If it already took it out and the trade failed, then you don't take the same trade. But it's a Friday. It's fine. It's a small loss. I'm all right. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I took two small losses. This was a good trade. I mean, technically I shouldn't have took it, but it's Ninja Trader. I don't think IFEG's work are going against the trend. I mean, they worked for me. I just the first loss was this first loss was a good loss. I almost hit TP, but it reversed. The only thing I should have done was got out early for a smaller loss. But I mean, they do work. I'm a scalper. The thing is, when I trade these IFEGs, I scalp them. I'm not somebody who's you know, holding long term, so it doesn't really matter for me. Wow, did I seriously get out at the top? Bruh. Bruh. It's alright, I stuck to my plan, it's fine. Still in a 5-minute gap that could send us lower. I mean, yeah, it's... We'll see. I don't like this price action. This price action sucks. Every time selling pressure happens. The thing about it is also, right, we haven't taken out any lows. All freaking morning long, it's not really taking out any lows. So, it's kind of a red flag, but... Yeah, no, I know how to use it. It's Friday. I'm honestly, the first trade was my strategy. It just was a loss. But I know what to look for. I mean, typically these work. People have been in my live stream know that these sweeps of a major level and then inversing a gap to the next liquidity point. I mean, it works for me. I take, you know. Nothing is 100%. That's the thing. No strategy is 100% of the time. So that's why you have to learn how to manage your losses as well as possible, because you're going to have losses, right? There's no such thing as a strategy where you're going to win every single time. But as long as you can, right, manage your losses correctly and it's a profitable strategy, then you can make money. But typically when a major level, like yesterday, I'll show you I don't know if I could show you. Let me try to go to yesterday. I'll show you, yesterday's a prime example of this working. Where do we have a major level yesterday? So pretty much, I don't know where the major level was, but pretty much there's a major level on the 15-minute chart somewhere around here. So yesterday when we got that, oh no, it was right here. Oh, it was right here. The major level was right here. I remember this trade. right? So when we inverse that gap, we swept a major level, we inversed the gap, and we went for another liquidity point, right? So I went for these lows down here, which took me out perfectly. So, right, we took out major liquidity and we inversed that gap for another area of liquidity. See, it worked yesterday. Just today is a day of, here was another major liquidity point. Swept a major liquidity, inversed the gap, and then it went for the highs. This NQ futures. What the flip? Where's the... See? Perfect invalidation. Still, buyers are strong here. You have to know when to use IFVGs. The short was fair value gap to the left. Everyone has different strategies. You know how many times I've taken a winning trade and people that use another strategy took a losing trade? So it's very like, there's no such thing as the right trade. Like there's no right way of trading. When I take a winning trade, I guarantee you there are other ICT traders or whatever that take losing trades. You know how many times where I've walked out through the day and I took profit and I had a good day and I saw other traders like, price action sucked, I took losses, if you traded today. It's very like, everyone has their strategy. As long as it's the strategy, as long as it works for you, that's all that matters. But there's no such thing as a right way, like you should have done this or you should have done that. The only thing you should have done is follow your plan. That's the only thing you should do in trading. Is if you have a plan and you follow that plan and you take a loss, that was a good trade. But if you take a trade and you did not follow your plan and you took a win, that is a bad trade. If you didn't follow your plan, even though you made money, but you didn't follow your plan, that's bad. Because in the end, it's going to hurt you more than make money. Because you're going to do that again and you're going to take a loss. And you're going to do that again and you're going to take a loss. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta follow your plan. No, I'm not answering this. This is, from the first stop out, the thing about it is, right, this was one of the times where the trade just didn't work. I almost hit TP, but it was like less than 10 points away from hitting TP. Maybe I should have moved my stop to break even. But one thing for sure that I should have done was took an early stop out once it closed back above the gap. It's just one of those times where it didn't work. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. You move on. It's fine. People don't realize statistics. People don't realize you can have a 90% win rate and you can still take 10 losses in a row. Think about that. People don't realize that. Somebody with a 90% win rate can take 10 losses in a row. Now, is it likely? Probably not likely, but it's possible. Because if you're just looking at a sample size, right? Obviously, out of a sample size of thousands of trades, it's likely that somebody could take multiple losses in a row, even though he or she has a 90% win rate. That's why it's important. That's the biggest part of trading, is minimizing your losses. Learning how to minimize your losses as small as possible. And learning when your trade is invalidated. Because a lot of times, let's face it, when my thing works, it works. It goes to TP. It doesn't close back above the gap. Now, is there times where it closes back above the gap and it ends up working? Yeah, it is. But I think in the long run, I think it's better for me to do that. Because I'd rather take a small loss and then I'll have other losses that are full losses, So I think it still ends up working better for the like a smaller loss. Like, I think a lot of people focus on so much about making money that they fail to realize that a bigger part of trading is managing your losses. Because it's all, you're trading probabilities. That's all you're doing is trading probabilities. And when the probability is against you, you should probably get out of the trade. When it's not in your favor. Because let's face it, you can always get back into the trade. But typically, if my trade's invalidated, I don't like to try to get back in. If it's invalidated one time, if I got out and it didn't work, I don't like to get back into a trade. I just like to leave it alone, wait for something else. She's gonna rip up. This price action has just been, I don't know, it's been weird. It's been sideways. Like, we have not been taking out any levels, which is, it's not common. Usually we take out levels. We've just been grinding to the upside all day long. It seems like they're fighting for it, like it's red and green, so red. Are you talking about what makes it good for me in terms of strategy-wise? Well, like the first trade I took that just didn't work, this looks good for me. Like, this strategy, I would take this all the time. Right? It just, today was a day it just didn't work, which is gonna happen. But look what happened here. This is what I look for. I mark out my major levels. As you can see, there's a major level, right? And this is a 15-minute time frame. There's a major level on a 15-minute time frame. And this is what I do. When price comes up, I'm looking for price to take out that major level and show that sellers are stepping in. So if I drop down to a 1-minute chart... Wow. If I drop down to a 1-minute chart, right, there's that blue line, which was that major level. This was the gap. Now, it was a very tiny gap, but I was seeing that this gap was getting respected right here. It pulled back, it respected this gap, and then it pushed up. The fact that it respected that gap, I was like, okay, if we close back below, I like the trade for these lows, these internal lows right here. Because I was expecting, it took out a major level. I was expecting it to come down and at least take out an internal low before moving back up. So, right, my take profit was literally right there. Right where you see this line where my cursor is, that was my take profit. It almost took me out for a profit. And then we saw a rip back up. Now, in hindsight, what I should have done, right? I have a hard stop above the highs. What I should have done was, as soon as it inversed this gap right here and closed back above, I should have just got out for a very small loss. But this is a trade I would take anytime. I've taken this trade a lot of times, and it works. It works for me. This is just one of the times where it didn't work. And that's the thing, is like, you can have the best strategy in the world. You got to think about it. Even hedge funds that invest hundreds of millions of dollars, they take losses. So there's no such thing. You can have the best strategy in the world, but you're still going to take losses. So that's a key part of trading, is learning how to minimize those losses as much as possible. Because playing defense is a big part of trading. You got to learn how to play defense and protect your losses. Somebody can make $1 million, but, right? And I've heard horrible stories of people like making good money and then giving everything back. I heard a story of a trader one time. He was profitable all year long. Think about this. All year long, he was up. He was profitable. He was up a lot of money all year long. One trade, he gave back a year's worth of profit in one trade because he refused to take a loss. He gave, imagine what that does to your mental. Giving back a year's worth of profits because you failed to accept the loss. So it's like, you can have the best strategy in the world, but if you can't accept the loss and you can't take losses, it means nothing. You could take 1,000 winning trades in a row, and if you can't accept the loss, that one loss can wipe away every single winning trade you've ever had. So that's my that's just what I'm trying to focus on right now, is learning to manage losses. Because I can take wins, right? I can take wins, but I'm trying to make my losses smaller than they are right now. It's a part of trading. You gotta always learn. You gotta always figure out what you can do better in your trading. And that never stops because market's always changing. But I'm gonna hop off in like 5 minutes. So if anyone has any questions. I think I'm still good. I think I'm still up on the week. Not a lot, but I'm up a little bit on the week. NQ, yeah. This is NQ. NQ futures. See, I'm glad I got out of this trade. This is BS. This is all like, this whole sideways crap of it just like, it doesn't have the momentum. But structure looks like it's changing to the downside. Almost like, it's just almost forming like a, I don't know, like a bear flag type of deal. You can kind of see the bear flag right here. I don't know. Sort of like a bear flag. So, still looking good for... Da, 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 da. Man. Are you still in short? Push it. Push it. Push it. You're gonna go long sometime? No, I'm not going long. I'm done. I'm gonna hop off in like a couple minutes. Bro, this price action is just annoying. Dang, dude. This is like... I'm glad I got out of that trade. I would not want to be stuck in this sideways crap. I don't know. I would not like this. I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping it goes down. I'm hoping it goes down, but... Bruh, this is... This is wild. There's just no... It's a no news Friday. It's like there's no momentum. There's no push. There's no like when we have news events, right? We get those pushes to levels. We get sweeps of levels, pushes to levels. You know, a lot of people, there are actually traders out there. There's traders out there that do not trade on no news days. When there's a day like today when there's no news, they just don't trade. Because this kind of like... You get a lot of sideways action during no news days. I've already accepted the loss. Yeah, that's a good it's a good mindset to have. And that's honestly how you should have, right? That's how you kind of should look at trading. You got to accept, like, anytime you put an order in, you got to accept that that could be a loss. And if you can't accept that that could be a loss, that means you're too heavily sized in. You gotta be sized in accordingly so that if you do take a loss, it's not like, you know, it doesn't really bother you. Like, it's a loss, it's fine. My trade was invalidated. Like, you don't want to let your emotions control your trading. And when you're too heavily sized in, that's what happens. Your emotions start taking over and you start making stupid decisions. But when you're not sized in heavy, you just let the trade do what it's doing. And if it works, it's awesome. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. You just play the statistics of your strategy. It's looking, I mean, it is looking like a bear flag. I'm hoping it goes down. I really am, but. All right. Oh my gosh. Shaking in your boots. There it goes. There's the dump. Bear flag. Holy dump. I guess I should have. See, I don't know. I have to do the back test on that. I don't know. I would have to do the back test on that. What's better? Like, that's my. Is it better to take a full stop out, or is it better to get out early for? Because there are times where the trade, you know, does close above and it still ends up working. But there are I feel like most of the time, if it closes back above, it usually goes for those highs. Most of the time. And there are a few times where it ends up working, even though, I don't know. I have to. Look at this. Every time sellers step in aggressively, buyers start pushing it right back up. It's like, this is not even letting. Just take the trade and put in a stop loss if you feel the trade will do what you want. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, in terms of, like, invalidation for me, right? Like, wouldn't it be better? Like, for example, this loss that I took. My stop loss was up here. Look at this. I had a hard stop above the highs, right? It swept the major level, inversed the gap, and I went short for these lows down here. I went short for those lows. So here's the question, right? It came so close to my take profit and then reversed. Is it better to get out here, right? Say it inverses back above the gap. If it closes back above here, is it better to take a loss right here, considering my entry was right there? So it'd be a very tiny loss. Isn't it better to take a loss here than wait for price to potentially come all the way up here? I'm taking, what, an extra, what, 10, 20. That's an extra 20-point loss that I'm taking, that I'm giving up. Extra 20 points. So that's my, like, I don't know what to do. If to leave the stop. I personally feel like a lot of times, now sometimes it does close above and ends up working still. But I feel like more times than not, when it closes back above, it ends up going for those highs again. That's just my dilemma right now. I've been doing for the longest time, I've been just setting my stop at the highs, and if it hits my stop, it hits my stop. But I think what I'll start to do, and I'll start to get more disciplined doing it and incorporate it every trade, is that if it closes back above the gap, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out for a very small loss. Because I can always, technically, I can get out for a small loss, and if it closes back below, I can always re-enter the trade if it confirms it again. But what you don't want to do is get caught in chop, where all you're doing is getting in and out of trades. Because see, look what happened. It closed above, and it never closed back below, and it ends up just ripping to the upside. So I'm just trying to figure out the invalidation. I think once it closes back above, that's my invalidation. And I would have taken, what? This would have been a 10-point loss. So initially on this trade, I was going for 10, 20, 30. I was going for 30-point take profit, and it would have been a 10-point loss. So technically, this is a 1 to 3 trade. You're risking 10 points to make 30 points if you would have exited out right there. So I think that's what I'm going to be changing in my strategy. But you do have times like these where it ends up working. So I would take the loss at the lower point because the beginning of the trend is upward. Better to go long. Yeah, that's true. And I guess for me, I'm a reversal trader. You know, I'm a reversal trader. So like most of the time, I would say a lot of the time, it ends up taking out a low before it goes higher. Today's a unique day where it just making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Which is, you know, it is what it is. I would have seen like this trade I would have hit profit, I would have hit TP probably. But yeah, I'm gonna do the, if it closes back above, I'm gonna get out of it early. I'm gonna try to do that and see how it works for me. Because I've been doing it the other way. I mean, it's been working, but I think I could do way better if I can manage my losses better. I did the same thing. But yeah. That's enough of my rant. All right, I gotta hop off. Huh? Would it have hit my TP? Yeah, so it would have hit my TP. That's fine. Like I said, as long as you stick to your plan. Did you take profit? You got to be careful at this 200 because it could bounce here. This is a pretty decent size support. I'm out. Yeah, that's nice. You had your TP where I had it, but you stayed in. Congratulations. Could have go lower, but I can always re-enter. Yeah, it's important to take profits. It's important to know when to take profits. So that's a good exit point for sure. That's why I had my exit there too. Like, look at it, it's bouncing now. And you don't want it to bounce up now and then start consolidating again and then you're stuck in it again. So that's for sure a really good exit. And what you can do too is take partials. People do that where they take partials, but I don't. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna hop off. I'll be back Monday. We'll be back Monday for some more action. So we'll see what happens on Monday. It left equal lows there. Yeah, so it'll probably, we'll see what happens, but oh, it's still going lower.